Hello again, this is Rex from Rex Recites, and today the poems that I have to present to you are more in the nature of poking fun at certain people, mainly at myself first, and then at some other people too. So the first poem that I'm going to do for you is called the Maine Lament. Now before I do the poem, I want to give a few words of introduction. I lived in the state of Maine for 4 years back in the 60s, and I, like everybody else, has had certain main or important events in my life. And it so happens that I'm not a fan of Chinese food, but I like once in a while some chicken chow mein. So now I've given you three main words: the state of Maine, a main event, an important event, and chicken chow mein. Now which of these three do you think is most likely to be like the content of this poem? Now if I'm doing this before a live audience, of course I would ask for audience participation, but since I don't, let me tell you that any one of the three that you picked, you would be wrong. So you say, what is another meaning of the word Maine? Well, you can see by the picture on the screen now, in the title of the poem, a Maine Lament. In this case, a mane is a shock of hair. Now we usually use the word mane in connection with a horse and a lion and so on, not with people. But actually, I think that the head of hair that you see on me there, when I was 18, could possibly be called a mane because it's big enough to warrant that name. So now that we have discovered what the poem is going to be about, listen to it, please. It's quite short. It's only 2 stanzas long. My hair used to be luxurious and beautiful, so to comb and brush it hourly was a job dutiful. Requiring special interest was my brash pompadour that ever prompted me to spend time on it more. Now it's as scant as if Geronimo had me scalped long ago, when he and his friends had helped the old truism, hair today, gone tomorrow, give another example of sad tonsorial sorrow. Now we go on to the next poem after I have poked fun at myself and a little bit of fun at you with the title of the last one. And this second poem is entitled A Nonagenarian Oddity.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted.
Now, nonagenarian is hardly an everyday word, and it simply means, if you recall, somebody who is in the 99th decade of life, ages 90 to 100. And you know what an oddity is because you're looking at one right now. And so this nonagenarian oddity is also, I hope it's a little bit humorous, but there's also a serious point to it, which I hope you will see before I get finished. All right, here we go then. For the last 65 years, I have been tied to memory techniques which I've applied to all kinds of material, including numbers galore, phone, dates, birthdays, addresses, and more. Thousands in the past I have put in interim state because my need for them had advanced to abate. I've given dozens of programs on the above to clubs such as Kiwanis, Rotary, and Probus, invariably ending with applause that continued a lengthy time without pause. But now it is time for the relevant word for today, because my YouTube videos work in a far different way, applying memory techniques to poetic display, of which I've given many programs in public relay as well, making use of built-in advantages of, shall we say, rhyme and rhythm schemes that come as they lay. I have memorized at 90 poems by the dozens, for my pleasure and also for my cousins. But I doubt that a lengthy recitation, sometimes exceeding an hour, can have any replication in the U.S.'s 2 million 90-year-old population. Now I may be off base in the just above verse, so if anyone will lift from me the curse of underrating another nonagenarian citizen, he will get thanks by my stopping my cogent criticism. I have also examined many YouTube poetic videos and find that reciting is done by just a few contendios. And those few are young and therefore reputedly much brainier than an oldster, who would never touch and attempt to steal a march on them by showing that he has the know-how that beats their not knowing. Now the main idea of this just above verse is that while my memorizing feats may look quite tame, they seem way beyond the abilities of simple readers of verses whose delivery is therefore quite lame. This is Rex from Rex Recites. I hope you enjoyed these two poems today, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so below.